So you want to stop getting blisters. Cool. Luckily, you might just be able to do this for free. But just in case, stick around to the end for what I believe to be the most effective way to preventing blisters. First, we need to break down why blisters are forming on your feet. Given a normal day, most people walk on relatively flat, paved surfaces without a heavy backpack and usually only do this for short periods of time. As you know, this isn't going to put a lot of friction on your feet, or at least on the skin of your feet. We'll get back to that. But when you throw on a 25+ pound pack and begin climbing up and down for hours on end, you may begin to experience problems with blisters. This is all because of friction. You know, that word your physics teacher never let you forget because the whole world uses it. You probably already knew all that, but just in case you didn't, you do now. So why do you only get blisters when you're hiking? It's because of these reasons. Sweat and just in general wet skin when you're hiking, compounded friction, and you're too tough. Let me explain. When you set off on your backpacking trip, the skin on your feet is still dry, but as any hiker will tell you, that won't last long. As your feet begin to sweat or become drenched from crossing streams, the skin becomes sticky and even begins to weaken. As your skin remains wet, it will continue to weaken, setting it up to tear quicker. So let's say you weigh 180 pounds. Throw on a backpack and now you weigh 215 pounds. Hike uphill and that weight compounds towards your forefoot. Hike downhill and that same weight compounds back to your midfoot. Combine this pressure with wet feet, and blisters can really start to work their way in. Okay, so we all know that whenever you're hiking, if you feel a blister forming on your feet, you need to stop and take care of it. But be honest, do you ever just say, yeah, I'll stop when I get to the next creek crossing? And that's when your skin begins to tear. So how can you fix these things? Simple. If you're not already, start wearing merino wool or alpaca wool socks. These materials will help to wick the sweat away from your skin, helping to reduce the friction. Companies like Darn Tough or Hollow work great for this. Next, try lightening your pack and taking smaller and more controlled steps, especially while going downhill. This will help to prevent that heavy impact on your feet, which contributes to the wear and tear on your skin. Finally, when you feel that blister forming, stop. Don't wait 30 seconds to see if the feeling goes away. It won't. So you stuck around to the end for my favorite way of preventing blisters. Well, here it is. Sock liners. They're old-fashioned for a reason. It's because they really do work. Usually, when you're hiking for hours on end, the skin on your feet will start to stick to the pair of socks that you're wearing. Eventually, when your feet are moving around inside of your shoe, it'll be like the skin is rubbing right up against the inside of the shoe, just with a little bit of cushion. But this is easily preventable with a pair of sock liners. And they don't have to be Injinji sock liners either. They can be any sock liners. As long as they're thin and moisture wicking, they'll do the trick. I just prefer Injinjis because they have the toes cut out, so if you get blisters in between your toes, they'll work great. So that's how I prevent blisters on my hiking adventures. But that doesn't mean those are the only ways of preventing blisters. I want to hear how you guys prevent blisters on your hiking adventures. And if you stuck around to the very end of the video, congratulations. You're a little bit dumber now. Happy hiking.